4 poems to the Anachronisms blog on September the 13th, 2024, 5 days ago. It's the first of the 4 is 4,457. It's called The End of the Era, the end of an era, the end of an era. Back then, wanting to live long enough was so easy peasy, so rosy dozy, but when it was proclaimed resolutely on today's TV that it was the end of an era, and this was furthermore done in a giddy fashion, seemed to have the studio audience just as giddy in return, I sure didn't believe it. I had known an era or two, and they had ended. And I'd been in denial afterwards for years. When the scientists who measured such things committed suicide, we had absolutely no way of knowing what an era even was or is. We just knew from our own experiences that it was not a pretty thing, this era ending. So despite all of the proclamations, those confident announcements, I didn't believe a word of it. This era will end with the apocalypse, I told my pal Farah, who, despite her name, was very 21st century. Lighten up, dude, she said. It seemed like her favorite thing to say to me, and it was obvious that she was annoyed. She was already on that end of an era bandwagon. I felt a sudden twinge of nostalgia, and truth be told, a rather extreme desire, more than just a resigned readiness, to welcome that apocalypse with the widest grin I could muster, which would be a small representation of my likewise overly outstretched arms, held in such a way that revealed how craven they were for the tightest embrace they'd ever known. That's just way too much, thought a willing yet sorely disappointed Farah.